There's an estimated 50 billion planets in the Milky Way. At least 500 million of them are habitable. Would you believe that we are the only living species in the universe? In 2013, an American polling firm conducted a survey on Americans' belief in different conspiracy theories, including the infamous reptilian theory. Around 90 million Americans believe in extraterrestrials. Approximately 66 million people believe aliens visited Roswell in 1948, and 12 million people believe lizard people in interstellar suits rule the country. Have you ever paused a video of any international leader or corporate executive and noticed a strange looking frame or angle on the person's face? While most people would dismiss this as a video glitch, conspiracy theorists think that the distortions are caused by the world leader's electronic holographic disguise. They believe that they are reptilian beings, or most commonly called lizard people. Before getting into today's video, thank you so much for hanging out with me and watching today. My name is James, and this is the restricted section. We upload 3 times per week. If you enjoy stories like this one, please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our uploads. If there are any stories that you would like to see in future videos, please put them down in the comment section below. Lizard people are cold-blooded humanoid reptilians who can shapeshift into human. David Icke, an English conspiracy theorist, popularized this theory. David Icke was a New Age philosopher and one of the most popular lizard people theorists. Since declaring himself the son of God in the early 1990s after visiting a psychic who told him he was on Earth for a reason and would get messages from the spirit realm, he has been the icon of conspiratorial movements and controversial opinions. And his laying of the groundwork for the concept of a New World Order is what has kept him popular. David Icke claims that the majority of the world's ancient and modern leaders, such as the Rothschild family, the Bush family, and the British royal family, descended from these reptilians. And not just government leaders. Conspiracy theorists include A-list personalities as lizard people, such as Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Madonna, Katy Perry, the Kardashians, Justin Bieber, Angelina Jolie, and numerous other celebrities, proving that lizard people cross political boundaries. Central to this worldview is the concept of reptilian human hybrids, also known as lizard people, descended from a crossbreeding with interdimensional reptilian creatures he called archons, who govern Earth and its political machinations through manipulation. Icke claims that the archons keep people imprisoned in a 5-sense reality, so they can feed off the negative energy produced by fear and hatred, and that the society uses human anxiety as energy. Icke thinks that the manipulation of people prevents them from comprehending that the entire universe is made of vibrational energy. The theory suggests that in ancient times, a group of advanced reptiles from the Alpha Draconis star system came to Earth and infiltrated the governments of ancient civilizations in order to control and enslave all humans and become their rulers, and that they bred with other humans to form crossbreeds so that their DNA could infiltrate human minds. They can control us by making us dumber, slower, and weaker with their DNA inside our systems, making us simpler to manage. Since then, these species have been mixing with humans through DNA manipulation and interbreeding with the human population. David Icke asserts that the ancient world's practice of offering humans as sacrifice to the gods was done to the reptilians' advantage, particularly when children were involved. This is because, according to David Icke, at the moment of death by sacrifice, a form of adrenaline surges through the body, accumulating at the base of the brain, and is apparently more potent in children. And this is what the reptilians and their crossbreeds want. He believes that such offerings are still made now. He also says that the hybrid lineages of the reptilians practice cannibalism and pedophilia. It is claimed that the lizard people either created or control the United Nations, International Money Fund, Round Table, Council on Foreign Relations, Chatham House, Club of Rome, Royal Institute of International Affairs, the Trilateral Commission and Bilderberg Group, as well as the media, military, CIA, MI6, the Mossad, science, religion, and the internet, with witting or unwitting support from the London School of Economics. David Icke's books and lectures cover every aspect of this complex structure. In 1988, he published his first book, The Biggest Secret. It contains a significant amount of his direct connections between lizard people and significant political personalities. He claims that blood-drinking reptilians of alien origin have been ruling the planet for ages, and even founded the Illuminati, a fictitious group of world leaders who conspiracy theorists claim govern the world. Despite David Icke's popularization, the idea of an Illuminati secret society has been around for more than 200 years. The Illuminati were blamed for any complex social event, major cultural shift, war, increase in economic inequality, or economic disaster. David Icke claims that by fabricating problems, the Illuminati lead us down the path they want by providing the desired solution to the problem in which they created. In his book, A Culture of Conspiracy, Syracuse University political science professor Michael Barkin claims that during the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, secret society theories began to converge with ufology, science fiction fans, and apocalyptic Christianity. David Icke's supporters come from a variety of social classes, and since he is the lone prophet and arbitrator of his beliefs, it is difficult to identify exactly which social class agrees with him the most. According to Barkin, a diverse group of fringe Christians, disenfranchised New Agers, ufologists, and far-right organizations that tended to blame minority groups for major global events all emerged into one larger group, David Icke followers. When Icke created his New Age conspiracism in the late 1990s, evidence for this reptilian DNA in humans stems from the fact that developing embryos resemble reptiles in their early stages and might be characterized as such. Furthermore, the oldest parts of our brain that regulates the most fundamental processes and instincts are referred to as the reptilian brain, since they are composed of the elements that make up the reptilian brain, which are the brainstem and cerebellum. Another piece of evidence for this theory is that many religions in ancient civilizations depict some form of reptilian god or goddess, which supports David Icke's theory that these reptilian entities previously ruled openly and created impossible structures like the pyramids of Egypt. His opinions just became more and more popular, and David Icke was able to give lectures about them in theatres all over the world, influencing more and more people. These theories about the lizard people, reptilians, or underground people have been popularised by different stories. In 1934, a mining engineer by the name of G. Warren Shufelt was looking for gold in Southern California. He uncovered a network of tunnels beneath Los Angeles using a device he called radio X-ray. He ultimately built out a detailed map by taking readings all across the city. It was a complicated labyrinth with various rooms linked by tunnels, some wet, some dry. Schufelt's equipment identified significant amounts of gold dispersed around the tunnels and stacked in several of the rooms. It was a treasure beyond measure. Schufelt went to the newspapers in search of investors to support the mining required to reach the treasure. The Los Angeles Times published a description of his result along with a reproduction of his map, and investors rushed forward to fund Schufelt's efforts, which included drilling a shaft down to 250 feet. However, it quickly filled with water. The mine was never able to overcome this water issue, and Schufelt's hope of mining gold from beneath Los Angeles was quickly dashed. The testimony of a man named L. Macklin bolstered Schufelt's story of buried gold. Macklin, also known as Little Chief Greenleaf, was also recognized as a Hopi tribe Native American. Macklin backed up Schufelt's claims with an old Hopi mythology about an underground city established 5,000 years ago by a race known as the Lizard People. And the stories do not stop there. A rising number of people think that lizard people reside in caverns within Mount Shasta, a Californian peak. Mount Shasta is widely mentioned in New Age mythology, and some New Age practitioners think it is inhabited by an ancient race known as the Lemurians, in addition to lizard people. Bigfoot and the little dwarf-like entities known as guardians are also thought to live inside Mount Shasta, in a great multi-level city known as Telos. Another conspiracy theory claims that there is an underground, multi-level city outside of Dulce, New Mexico, that is home to up to 18,000 grey aliens, and that they have made a deal with the US government to be there. Here, aliens use humans as test subjects for their research. David Icke and his supporters think that the reptoids are the Greys' fierce enemies. The claims of who is allied with whom, though, don't seem to be very consistent. While David Icke doesn't explain how to recognize someone who has been manipulated by or merged with a reptilian, others have. In 2013, former New York Times journalist Philip Brump wrote about a straightforward way to recognize reptiles based on 14 telltale signs, such as piercing eyes, a sense of alienation from the human race, the ability to interfere with electrical devices, unexplained bodily scars, and alien contacts. But these theories may have gone too far for some. In downtown Nashville on Christmas morning, an RV exploded. 41 buildings were damaged and 3 individuals were wounded. Authorities said that Anthony Warner was the person who caused the explosion and was killed in what they suspected to have been a suicide bombing. According to a news source, Warner mailed packages to friends before the attack that contained messages suggesting that lizard people were in charge of the globe. 2 USB discs and several typed documents concerning conspiracies were included in the shipments. In 2021, a California surfing school owner was accused of killing his 2 children in Mexico because he believed they had DNA from a snake. The father admitted to police that he killed his 2-year-old son and infant daughter by stabbing them with a spearfishing gun. According to FBI documents, he felt his wife possessed serpent DNA and had passed it on to his children, and was enlightened by QAnon and Illuminati conspiracy theories. His argument for the horrible crime? He was saving the world from monsters. Another man, who is psychotic and frequently posts on conspiracy forums, killed his brother with a sword in Seattle in 2019, believing he was a lizard person, according to court records. He was declared incompetent to face trial and sent to a mental institution. Social media sites have been full of videos and discussions of alleged evidence and theories of famous people that are either reptilian humanoids or are surrounded by them. A shape-shifting humanoid serves as President Obama's security attaché. Facebook was founded by Facebook's billionaire CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, a sentient hybrid of a reptile and a human who wants to learn more about what it means to be human. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, is a reptilian who wants to return to his home planet of Mars. But humanoid reptilians were already firmly in the realm of science fiction and fantasy even before these theories about celebrities and politicians. Robert Howard, an American writer, wrote a 1929 short story in which Kull the Conqueror battled men with serpent heads. The sci-fi classics Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, and others featured snarling reptilian humanoids in starring roles. Shape-shifting reptilian aliens initially made a major impression on American network television in 1983 when they invaded Earth in the NBC miniseries V. The lizard people theory is undoubtedly one of the most extreme and far-fetched conspiracy theories in existence, and it appears impossible for anyone to believe in something like this, but people actually do. In 2016, David Icke was on his Wake Up World Tour. Thousands of Australians paid up to $140 each to attend his 12-hour seminars on how the world's elite are actually lizards from another dimension. Despite the fact that there is no real scientific evidence, or even any tiny piece of valid evidence for this theory, a large number of individuals believe it to be true. So what do you think? Thank you so much for hanging out with me and watching today. My name is James, and this has been The Restricted Section. If you enjoy stories like this one, please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our uploads. If there are any topics you would like to see in future videos, please put them down in the comments section below. Thanks again, and see you on the next one.